Welcome back to Jersey Matters. Have you ever been to Finkel's Hardware in...
Piece of shit! Oh my god! What the You stupid son of a bitch! You stupid son of a bitch! Oh my god!
I'll tell you, we have been discussing a lot of Metv lately, how they have resurrected the Saturday morning cartoon, and we thank them for that. They've been bringing a lot of good programming on there. The weekday show, Tune In On Me, well, it split down the middle as far as how popular and unpopular it is. You can see that in our comment lines below, because, you know, there are some people don't like the characters that they bring on there, but you know, it is bringing back some of the old stuff that years past, like the Bozo the Clown and Captain Kangaroo and many other shows that used to be in the past that was in the early morning slot, and some people would rather see cartoons instead of live action guests introductions, but that's okay. That's okay, you know. And then, you know, of course, obviously, one of the big things that a lot of people have been asking for is been the Jetsons. Yes, that's right, the Jetsons. And they've been asking for it on our Facebook page, on our Twitter account, our, you know, throughout our social media accounts as one of the biggest things that they've been asking for. Well, MeTV heard you, and they got it. They got the single season. Now, most people say, like, well, there's the 80. No, the original Jetsons is only one season. What came afterwards was a rehash of the Jetson TV series, some changes and stuff like that. Some new characters were added, and that's a different era. It's like Scooby-Doo. It's like, you know, it's a different part of the era, but it is part of the classic Saturday morning cartoons. But MeTV was able to acquire the first season, the season one of the series, and they, as I said once before, the best place to put it is right next to the Flintstones, and that's what they did. But they choose the Sunday morning time slot, which is great. Now, understand this. This happens from time to time, depending on where you are, what affiliate you live in, because basically most of these affiliates, stations with MeTV, that they share the channel with MeTV, and basically the local originates channel can break in for sports, news, or their own original programming at certain times of the day. And some people do get upset on that, because basically it does interrupt some of the programming, the fantastic programming that MeTV offers, which is, you know, it's a shame. But this is what happens because the MeTV doesn't own the station. It is part of it's an affiliate. You know, it's the same thing like with NBC, ABC, CBS. Their affiliates can break in with different programming than what is on. For example, you know, you might have a sports team playing that day in, say, the New York territory, and it would interrupt whatever programming, say, on the CW. It'll interrupt the ball game, would interrupt, say, Superman. I mean, eventually CW does end up playing it later in the week and stuff like that. MeTV doesn't really do that, but I think they should be thinking of this, or move some time slots around so at least it will adjust. Because I got this from one of my viewers. He commented below and mentioned that in the New York region, we're not getting to see the Jetsons on Sunday morning, which is a shocker. It's one of the largest markets for MeTV. Now, MeTV is in New York. It's actually split. It's New York, Middletown Township, New Jersey. So it's basically the market. It's the actual channel itself, which is WJLP, which is channel 33 here in New York, which is VHS Digital Channel 3. It's licensed to Middletown Township, New Jersey. The antenna itself is in Manhattan. As far as I know, I think, what is it? Not World Trade Center. No, actually, it is in Times Square. It's 4 Times Square is where the antenna is. Because that's basically, I think that's the closest center to the whole thing that you'll be able to pick up all the signal itself. It's always important to know where your broadcast antenna for direct television, not your cable channels, but if you're using a regular digital antenna, you should always know what direction is that antenna, how far away is it, so at least you get the maximum potential of it. That's always very important. But in this case, the MeTV station here in New York interrupts the Jetsons. And you might ask yourself, well, what are they interrupted for? Well, it is a good show that they do interrupt it for. It's one of the new, you gotta remember, it's Sunday. Sunday, you get all the Sunday news shows, and basically, you get it around 11, 12, 1 o'clock, in that range, from about 11 to 1, 11 to 2, depending on the network. In the case of MeTV in New York, New Jersey, we get the TV series Jersey Matters with Larry Mente, Larry Mente is popular in this territory as far as the news stories. He brings up the local news, especially a lot of the New Jersey stuff. That's what's going on in New Jersey. So, because it is a New Jersey station, but they're also the affiliate is also shown in Philadelphia because it is close to New Jersey as well. So, in fact, they're on 3 different networks. WJLP, WDPN, which is the Philadelphia station, and the New Jersey News Network, which is WNWT. Now, WJLP airs Jersey Matters Saturdays at 5 p.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m. And 11 a.m. is the Jetsons time slot on there. And you ask yourself, well, why don't they just leave it on Saturday? Well, it's basically, that's the local affiliate. And unfortunately, this is what happens when you're sharing stations like this. I mean, I've always said, back when I was younger, the Channel 47 channel, UHF, shared Saturday programming with Nippon Television. That's how I got to see Japanese anime in the 70s. People say, well, how the hell did you see it without cable? Because local stations shared stations. They basically, this is what they do. This is how they keep their stations rolling. You have to remember, stations like this are still trying to stay alive. MeTV has allowed them to survive. I've said this before, and some people will disagree on it. They said, "Oh, this is just a fad," but it keeps growing every year. People are looking for programming. And we're getting a renaissance of classic television, older stuff, whether it's Saturday morning cartoons, sci-fi TV, classic horror films. We're seeing a renaissance of all these things. And I'm telling you right now, this is not something that is just a fad. This has been going on for several years now. I've said between 1 to 10% increases every year. When you have TV shows like Batwoman that are basically crashing in the ratings to a level of 400,000 viewers, even though Superman's Lois did almost 2 million, which is fantastic, and we'll discuss that on another one. But when you have programming like that, that's just crashing. That means people are going elsewhere to see that program. Channels like YouTube, social app channels like YouTube are doing fantastic for the reason of the new type of content from the YouTubers, and also the classic content. There's a lot of if you haven't seen this before, there's a lot of classic content. There are YouTube channels out there that are constantly showing previews and the best of old content. I mean, the Marvelous Video happens to be one of them that they're constantly, at least once or twice a day, having a different top 10 countdown. They just did B movies just recently, and they did another horror, Italian horror top 10, that's really good, and it's good to have that. But going back to the Jetson situation, I mean, we're hoping. I put a message to MeTV on their Facebook site and other other places where they're on social media, letting them know my disdain to the situation and my view, as well as my viewers. And I hope they remedy it. I mean, they can move it back an hour, because basically what you have is back-to-back Flintstones. We can pull it back an hour on there. I mean, there's no problem with that unless they're licensed to do that. Sometimes, because I know this for a fact, because when I licensed a couple things, they tell you have a certain amount of time and you have to play this amount within this period. So sometimes it might be the contract, but I doubt that. But like I said, MeTV, you could move this back an hour and help the people that, don't see it, because I know this is not the only market. This is not the only market that this is happening in. This is happening in multiple markets. We can go down the list on there, because there's a lot other markets that do get this part. I mean, I'm hearing from the Svengoolie fans that some of them do miss the Svengoolie show, that it doesn't air at the proper time, that it jump skips on there. Sometimes you'll have one affiliate will play the Svengoolie later in time. They won't play the exact. They may be about a week behind on the Svengoolie episodes, and but they'll play it because basically of maybe a delay because of different programming, a sports event or a special event that's going on. So those of you who have said in the comments, we know the issue. We're trying to see if MeTV will remedy this situation. We hope so. So we'll be able to get to see the Jetsons. I was disappointed on there that I couldn't get to see it this morning. Well, when we taped this on a Sunday morning, because I wanted to make sure on that. But hey, listen, let's hope they work it out. And I know MeTV will work it out eventually down the line. It's going to take some time, or they may do it immediately. Be patient. There's a lot out there that's coming through. There's a lot of programming. I mean, the other day I was watching MeTV. I just flipped over and the Waltons were on. They were into season 4, and the other one was In the Heat of the Night. Love the In the Heat of the Night. I love the TV series. It was really well done on that TV series as well. So if you have made it to this part of the video, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, comment, share this video. Be sure to hit the notification bell, because at least you'll know, hopefully you'll know, when we will give you new episodes of this particular programming and other programmings that appear on the Q2Cast TV channel. As I said in the past, we are working into a rebranding. It is still underway. You might see some change. You already see some changes from the openings and endings to the programming. You also might see some thumbnail changes, banner changes, stuff. Right now we're just doing the little stuff first, the little tweaks here and there, and then the major stuff will come very soon. The major announcement will come very soon as well. Saturday pre-flight will be returning. Yes, Saturday pre-flight will be returning very soon. We're retweaking it on there. Unfortunately, Brunch with the Madman, we have decided to cut the show. We were looking at it. We were testing it in other social media sites, and it didn't do well. And we'll have to relook at that and see what else we can do. But Saturday pre-flight has been doing very well, so we will continue to basically continue this programming because you asked for it. So be sure to hit that notification and you'll know when new episodes will be airing. Once again, thank you for watching. We will see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.